Hello everybody, welcome to the campus of Molina High School here in Dallas. We're just underway. Burke Wahlberg grounds a 1-2 fastball to second base. So there's one away here, and senior Wyatt Erickson step up to the plate. The Mustangs in their baby blue tops, reminiscent of the 1970s Texas Ranger jerseys, with the white bottoms, and Molina in their Houston Astro pattern jerseys today, although different colors. They will sport their school colors of teal and black and white. So nobody aboard for Erickson, no score, just underway here at Dallas Molina High School, and Erickson skies one to second base, behind the bag at second base, and the shortstop Daniel Zamapara calls off the second baseman and makes the play. 2 down. And that'll bring up junior Ben Kessler. Kessler, of course, plunked with a fastball in the elbow on Tuesday night. It's good to see him in the lineup today. And he'll take a fastball strike to get going here. It'll be Fabian Lopez on the hill for Dallas Molina. And Kessler will face an 0-1 count here. And it's a curveball swung on and missed, 0-2. Lopez off to a good start. The 0-2 pitch to Kessler is down and away, 1-2. Mustangs going for the 2-game sweep here to start the 8-6A district schedule. And now a curveball, and Kessler just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Mustangs looking to join Duncanville and Skyline atop the 8-6A standings at 2-0. Both of those got sweeps. Most of the district played 2 nights ago. Now a curveball swung on and missed, and that'll do it for the Mustangs here in the first. A 1-2-3 inning for Fabian Lopez and the Molina Jaguars. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back with the bottom half of the inning. Hey, Chris, was it a .293 down the line and left, 294, so you got to lift a home run another foot if you're hitting to right, dead down the line, and 340 straightaway center. And now Daniel Zamaripa, the shortstop, will lead it off, and it's Nick Watkins Starting at pitcher for the Mustangs, we'll get you the rest of the defensive lineup for Coach Brock Rumfield's squad. And now a grounder out to short. Erickson scoops, throws, and a nice play by Nick Graney at first base to retire the leadoff hitter. That ever-important first out is in the books. Erickson to Graney. One down, that'll bring up the third baseman, Christian Sanchez. And Watkins is down with the first pitch. It's 1-0. 1-0 pitch blows a fastball by him upstairs. 1-1. Moises E. Molina was a musician and longtime administrator in the Dallas Independent School District. That is the namesake of Molina High School. Fastballs fouled back, 1-2. Very pleasant day today. No clouds in the sky and sunshine is out. Minor cloud cover. And now Watkins strikes out Sanchez. So 2 down. So no base runners thus far through 5 outs in the ball game. And this will bring up Fabian Lopez, the pitcher for the Jaguars, who also bats third. He'll take a ball high, 1-0. Watkins working quickly, comes back with a fastball swung on and missed, 1-1. And now Watkins with a nice curveball drops it in there, swung on and missed, 1-2. And now a very awkward situation where Fabian Lopez called time very, very late in the count. Nick Watkins did not throw the ball but did follow through, and now there's a discussion going on as to whether that's a legitimate pitch or if time was called. I don't believe time was called, so I don't know what the ruling will be here, but everybody looks confused. So they're going to call no pitch. It's 1-2. And Watkins is down and away. It's 2-2. Two pitch is fouled back. A couple of new faces in the Mustang infield. Jordan Rosenblum, the senior, gets his first district start. He's at the hot corner, and Nick Graney down at first. The sophomore. And a swing and a miss. And the Mustangs are out of the inning without a base runner. So no score after 1. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We head to the second inning, and it'll be sophomore Nick Graney at the plate. Fabian Lopez is up with a fastball. And the catcher, Emilio Martina, is not even offering it that one as it puts a dent in the fence here at Molina. And now a line drive into the gap in right center. That'll be the game's first hit and first base runner. Graney digging for second. It's going to be a double. Leadoff double for Nick Graney. And the Mustang sophomores continue to play like seniors. It's a nice leadoff double there for Graney. And now junior catcher Bo Rogers coming to the plate. Huge game in the opener, 3 hits, several RBI. And now Fabian Lopez wheels and throws Nick Graney out at second base. So Graney dove back to the bag but came up just a little bit short. And he is erased on the base paths via the pickoff. And now Lopez with a fastball strike at the knees. Fastball misses outside. Trying to get it. 1-1 is the count, I believe, to Rogers. Big swing and a miss there from Bo. 1-2. One-two pitch is a curveball that stays up and in. The count's even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch is offered at, and a pop-up behind the bag at second, and the shortstop, Zamarripa, drifts over, makes the catch, and there are 2 gone here in the top of the second. So both pitchers have faced the minimum to this point, early on here. No score. Jordan Rosenblum at the plate, and a sharp ground ball through the left side. Base hit for Rosenblum. So Rosenblum jumps all over that first pitch fastball. That'll bring up senior second baseman Preston Vincent. Rosenblum with a very modest lead at first. Lopez working out of the stretch now, and he'll throw over. But Rosenblum is back in without any stress. Now the pitch is grounded up the middle off Lopez's glove. He's able to recover, tosses it over to Irocheta at first base, and that'll be the end of the inning for the Mustangs. So a couple of hits, but no score here as we head to the bottom of the second. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Head to the bottom of the second, no score. Senior Nick Watkins, the righty, on the hill for the Mustangs, and it's catcher Emilio Martinez leading it off, and Watkins is down with ball one. Molina comes into this one 3 wins, 7 losses, 1 tie, 0-1 in district, and now Watkins misses inside with a fastball, 2-0. Mustangs 11-4-1 overall. Been almost 2 weeks since the Mustangs tasted defeat. And now foul ball off the bat of Martinez. Mustangs 2-2 in their opening tournament of the year and have lost just 2 ball games since then, so have been playing extremely well. Now a sharp ground ball to Erickson, takes a bad hop, gets through him and into left field. That one kind of hit a dirt clod and crawled up on Erickson, and Martinez is aboard. And that'll be the first base runner today for the Jaguars, and that'll bring up the right fielder Joseph Ayala. Pleasant day today. The sun is out. It's 60 degrees. There's a light breeze blowing. And Watkins hits the outside corner with a fastball. Strike one. Now Emilio Martinez comes out from the shadow of the big sophomore Nick Graney with a slight lead, and ball's in the dirt, 1-1. For a minute there, I didn't think anybody was on base, but Martinez was just obstructed by the big sophomore. And now he's off and running. There's a ground ball up the middle. Erickson gets it, steps on the back, throws, and got a double play. What a play by Erickson. So that'll be 6 unassisted, 3 for the double play there. Erickson had to range over. He was on his way to the bag because Martinez was off and running on the pitch, and that allowed Erickson to make a nice play behind the bag, but then he had to step up to tag the bag and made a quick throw. That was not an easy double play to pull off, and bases are now empty for Elijah Bonner, the center fielder, and Nick Watkins drops a curveball in, strike one. So both teams have had base runners now, yet both pitchers have faced the minimum. Fastball swung on and missed. 0-2, and Watkins, as if energized by that double play, with 2 sharp pitches there, and it's 0-2 to Bonner. And check swing by Bonner. Field umpire says no, he didn't go, so we'll continue. Here in the bottom of the second, no score. 1-2 count to Bonner. Curveball just off the plate, 2-2. Didn't get to finish the Mustang infield earlier, but a couple of familiar faces, Erickson at short and Vincent at second. And now strike 3 looking. So Watkins with a nice recovery after the leadoff base runner, and he's faced the minimum through 2. No score as we head to the third. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We head to the top of the third. It'll be sophomore Jet Arrington leading it off for the Mustangs. Of course, Arrington 1 for 2 on Tuesday night with a walk and a huge bases clearing double. Bases loaded, bases clearing double, I should say. And he is off to a fast start for the Mustangs, and one of 4 sophomores in the lineup this afternoon for Coach Rumfield. Fabian Lopez still on the hill, and he misses with a curveball. 1-0 to Arrington. One-0 pitch is down and in, 2-0. The count now. The American flag behind center field is showing a left to right wind. And now Lopez is true with a fastball, running the count to 3-1. So a little breeze blowing out towards center, but mostly from left to right. And Arrington takes another fastball strike, so full count. And the payoff pitch from Lopez is high, but it's stroked into right center field for a base hit by Arrington. Boy, I thought for a second he was going to take that. It was a high fastball, but it looked fat to Arrington, and he drove it into right center for a base hit. So the third hit for the Mustangs, but still no runs here as we play in the top of the third. And sophomore Hunter Greenwell, the right fielder, will come up to the plate now for the Mustangs. And he lays one down in front of the pitcher. Lopez to the shortstop, Zamarripa, and they're able to get Arrington. So the first out is in the books. It'll be a 1-6 fielder's choice for Greenwell. And that'll bring up Burke Wahlberg, the top of the lineup for the Mustangs. Grounded out to second right as we were hitting the airwaves. And Lopez bounces one in for ball 1. Again, Duncanville swept Berkner to start out 2-0 in district. Skyline did the same to Lake Highlands. Mild surprise there, as most people thought Lake Highlands would get off to a fast start. Fastball inside to Wahlberg, 2-0. Lake Highlands has a lot of starters in that lineup that are in their third year as starters, and a lot of people thought they'd be off to a fast start, but Skyline surprises them by sweeping them. Now curveball inside gets away from Emilio Martinez, and Greenwell is down to second. The count. We'll see if Coach Rumfield gives Wahlberg the green light. He's been a very hot hitter for the Mustangs here in the past week, and now Lopez tries Greenwell at second, but Greenwell's back in. One down, runner at second. Wyatt Erickson in the on-deck circle for the Mustangs. 3-0 pitch is low and outside, and Mustangs have another runner aboard. So it'll be the senior Wyatt Erickson. Erickson was 2 for 3 with a walk on Tuesday night against the Jaguars. So he continues his hot hitting. He'll have a chance here with 2 runners aboard. Swings at the first pitch and lifts one to center. Elijah Bonner drifts into right a little bit, makes the catch. And the runners will not have an opportunity to move up. So Wyatt Erickson, first pitch swinging, flies out to Bonner in center. 2 down. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Ben Kessler. And Kessler has been a fixture for Coach Rumfield here in the 2019 campaign. Lopez deals low with a fastball. Kessler played left field on Tuesday. Today he will hit for the pitcher, Nick Watkins. 1-0 count to him. Sharp chopper deep in the hole. Shortstop Zamaripa makes a fine play, and they'll get Wahlberg at second on the force out. So we continue to have bagels on the scoreboard. We're through 2.5. No score. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the campus of Molina High School. No score as we head to the bottom of the third. It'll be the first baseman, Ruben Irochetta, leading off. All sophomores in the outfield today for the Mustangs. Watkins starts Irochetta off with a fastball strike on the inside corner. Arrington in left, Wahlberg in center, and Greenwell in right. Now a curveball strike. 0-2 quickly to Irochetta. Now a fastball down, 1-2. Again, the infield is from third on around is Rosenblum, Erickson, Vinzant, and Graney. And Watkins just off the plate. It is now 2-2. Bo Rogers is Nick Watkins' battery mate today. He's behind the plate. And Watkins saws him off. A harmless ground ball back to Watkins. He throws over to Graney, and 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Back to the standings. Duncanville and Skyline are at the top. They both recorded sweeps. W.T. White and Richardson split their 2 games. And now a sharp line drive down the line and left. That's going to fall. Arrington's over to cut it off. Makes the throw to second. It's going to be a close play, but now not. So a double off the bat of second baseman Matthew Leyva. So the Jaguars with their first hit of the day. They've got a man on second with 1 out, and that brings up the left fielder Alex Molina, and Watkins is outside with a fastball. So the Mustangs with a win here would move into a three-way tie in the early go here with Skyline and Duncanville. And now the 1-0 pitch is a fastball strike down the middle. W.T. White and Richardson in the middle as a result of their split. And of course Berkner and Lake Highlands down at the bottom. Two balls and one strike to Molina. And now fastball misses. It's off the glove of Bo Rogers, and a sharp throw down to Rosenblum at third, but Leyva is under the tag. So the runner advances. It's 3-1 now to Molina. Daniel Zamarripa, the Jaguar shortstop who made that fine play to end the last inning, is in the on-deck circle for the Jaguars. 3-1 pitch from Watkins. Swung on and missed. Count is full. Looked like Watkins took a little bit off that one. And Molina was out front. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. So a nice job of coming back from being down in the count there by Watkins. So 2 down and runner on third. That'll bring up the shortstop, Daniel Zamarripa. Critical strikeout there as a ground ball likely brings home the game's first run. And a curveball from Nick Watkins is a strike. Nice pitch. The wind has shifted slightly to more of a pure left to right wind. And a fastball catches the outside corner. 0-2. And now a curveball outside runs the count to 1-2. Henry Smith is in his 10th year as the head coach of the Molina Jaguars, so a veteran down there. He occupies the third base box. And now a swinging strike for strike 3 by Watkins. So a nice job of getting out of the inning after some minor trouble there. Score remains 0-0. We head to the 4th in just a moment. Welcome back. We head to the 4th inning. Quick moving game here. It'll be first baseman Nick Graney leading it off for the Mustangs. And a nice pitch by Fabian Lopez. Fastball strike on the outside corner at the knees. Not much you could do with that pitch anyway. 0-1. And now Lopez plunks Graney. That's about the last guy I would want to hit in the shoulder, but Graney quickly down the line. occupies first base, so he reaches for the second time today. This time the hard way, and that'll bring up junior catcher Bo Rogers. 3 for 3 on Tuesday against this squad. Popped out to the shortstop in the second inning. Now he lines one to center, but right at the center fielder, Elijah Bonner. Boy, Rogers hit that one on the fat part of the bat, drilled it. That ball was never more than about 10 feet off the ground, but right at Elijah Bonner. So it's a line out to center for Rogers. That'll bring up the third baseman, Jordan Rosenblum. And a fastball is inside, 1-0. John Brewer with Friday Night Glory, bringing you some 8-6A baseball with engineer, producer Mason Trevino and owner Randy Edwards. Braving the elements to bring you some Mustang baseball here on a Friday afternoon. Sharp ground ball towards second. And Rosenblum reaches with an infield hit. Nice job by Rosenblum. The second baseman, Matthew Leyva, had to peel back. And by the time he came up with that ball and got his footing, Rosenblum was down the line. A fine hustle play by Jordan. And he's got his second hit of the afternoon. That'll move Graney up to second. So the Mustangs with a little action here. In the bottom of the fourth, Preston Vincent, the Mustangs' second baseman, comes to the plate. And Graney is back into the bag at second and catches all kinds of grief from the Mustang dugout. And Vincent lifts one down the line and right. This looks like it might drop in, but no, it doesn't. Right fielder Joseph Ayala with a nice play over to the line. Thought that might drop, but a nice play by Ayala. He retires Vincent. View is a little bit obstructed there, and it's a fine play by Ayala. Down the line about 60 feet beyond the bag. But Graney is able to advance to third, so runners at the corners now with 2 outs for the Mustangs, and Jet Arrington, sophomore, will look to give the Mustangs the lead here. Jaguar outfield is straight away for Arrington. Middle infielders are back. Arrington fouls one back. Mustangs were 13-3 winners in the opener on Tuesday night at J.J. Pearce. Different ball game today. Now the runner is off, and now the throw down to second, but Rosenblum is in. So the force has been removed. It's a 1-1 count to Arrington. Runners at second and third. And the 1-1 pitch is skied to right field. Joseph Ayala is under it. He makes the catch, and the Mustangs are retired here in the fourth inning. So we'll move to the bottom of the fourth. No score. Welcome back to Molina High School. We're halfway through this one, and much different game than we saw on Tuesday night when the Mustang bats were ringing, and the Mustangs won via the mercy rule, 13-3. But different ball game today. Pitchers duel. There have been some base runners and some hits, but both teams have worked their way out of it. And it's third baseman Christian Sanchez leading it off for the Jaguars, 2-0 to him. Now 3-0. Rosenblum on the edge of the grass, just in front of the third base bag. Graney even with the bag at first, and middle infielders are back. 3-0 pitch is a fastball strike. And the 3-1 pitch is up the middle, cut off by Vincent, throws and got him. Nice play by Preston Vincent. The ball, I believe, went through the wickets of Nick Watkins. It was a sharp ground ball and got through the legs of Watkins, and Vincent cut it off right about at the bag at second base, made a long throw and got him. So one down, and now the pitcher Fabian Lopez bats, and he'll foul off a fastball. 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch is a curveball that stays up, and it's 1-1. District 8-6A has a little different look to it this year. Watkins' fastball fouled back by Lopez. Different in that Skyline looks to be no doormat at this point, and this looks to be a pretty scrappy Molina team. And so it has more the look of you better come ready to play. Now a chopper to Erickson at short. Bobbles, throws, and it's high. Graney has to go airborne to get it. And by the time he comes down, Lopez is down the line and safe. So he's aboard with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring up the catcher, Emilio Martinez. So anyway, the league looks to be a little more balanced this season. It'll be interesting to see if that rings true as we get down the schedule. Big swing and a miss from Martinez, strike one by Watkins. Watkins trying to keep his baby blue tucked into his pants, but nothing doing. Now he tries Lopez at first, but Lopez is back in. A 0-1 pitch to Martinez, swung on and missed. Watkins doing a fine job of painting the corners here, and not much Martinez could have done with that fastball had he hit it. 0-2 pitch is a curveball up, and home plate umpire started to raise his hand to ring him up and thought better of it. So it's 1-2. Watkins throws over to Graney again, but Lopez is back in. One-two pitch lined out to short. A heck of a play by Wyatt Erickson, who short hops it, steps on the bag, and throws over to Graney for the inning-ending double play. Wow, what a play by Erickson there. So no runs. on no hits, one error. We head to the fifth, no score. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Molina High School. We head to the fifth inning. Quick moving game, no runs thus far, and it'll be the sophomore Hunter Greenwell. Again, 4 sophomores in the lineup today for Coach Rumfield. Greenwell, check swing strike, I believe. And the 0-1 pitch stays outside. Molina fans did not like that call. One pitch is high and off the glove of Emilio Martinez. 2-1. One pitch is down, 3-1. Sophomore Burke Wahlberg, the center fielder, is in the on-deck circle, and senior Wyatt Erickson is in the hole. 3-1 pitch is down, and Greenwell draws a leadoff walk. You just get the feeling the Mustang offense is about to explode. They just haven't gone this long without production thus far this season. It's very rare, let's put it that way. And they've had some base runners and had some opportunities, just haven't come up with the big hit at the right time. But I'm going to go ahead and call it and say this is the inning. I think Fabian Lopez made a mistake there with the leadoff walk to Greenwell. Now fellow sophomore Burke Wahlberg digs in from the left side. Swing and a miss from Wahlberg. 0-1. One pitch is down, and it gets away from Martinez, and Greenwell will drift down to second base. So 1-1 count and a runner in scoring position here. 1-1 delivery. Fastball strike on the outside corner. 1-2. One-two pitch, and he hit Wahlberg. Hit Wahlberg in the hip there, and so he is down to first base the hard way. But the Mustangs now have runners at first and second with nobody out, and Wyatt Erickson at the plate, the senior shortstop. One of the top hitters for the Mustangs, as evidenced by the fact that he frequents the 2-3 spots in the order. And he'll take a fastball down. 1-0. Erickson popped out to short in the first and flew out to center field in the third. He bats again here in the fifth with runners aboard, nobody out. 1-0 pitch is chopped up the middle. Shortstop gets it, steps on the bag for the force out at second, but not in time to get Erickson down the line. So it's a fielder's choice for Erickson, and Mustangs now have runners at the corners with one out. And now Martinez wants a word with Lopez. They'll get on the same page as junior Ben Kessler steps in. Kessler and catcher Bo Rogers, the only juniors in the lineup today for Coach Rumfield. Runners at the corners, one out for the designated hitter Ben Kessler. And now Lopez throws over to third. He did catch Greenwell by surprise, but Greenwell is back in with a head-first slide. And now Coach Rumfield will have a little instruction for him. And now Lopez will try Erickson over at first base, but nothing doing. And finally, a delivery home. It's in the dirt, and a nice stop by Martinez. 1-0 to Kessler. Coach Colin Buckley is the first base coach for J.J. Pearce today. And Lopez, obviously uncomfortable with the runners at the corner, steps off the rubber. A fake throw, and he's down in the count. 1-0 to Kessler. Mustangs in need of a big hit, and Lopez misses just off the inside corner. 2-0. Nick Graney in the on-deck circle for the Mustangs. He's been aboard both times today. The 2-0 delivery to Kessler is down. 3-0. So Lopez starting to labor a little bit here in the fifth inning. .30 pitch is down, and Kessler's aboard with a one-out walk. That'll move Erickson down to second, so the bases are loaded for sophomore Nick Graney. Again, the Jaguars have yet to retire Graney today, so it doesn't matter how he reaches. If he reaches here, the Mustangs will be on the board. That's not exactly true. I guess there is an instance where he could reach and Mustangs don't score. Lopez clearly bothered with the Mustang runners. He steps off the rubber again and looks Erickson back, and he throws over to the shortstop, Zemaripa, but Erickson is under the tag. Sooner or later, he's going to have to face the big sophomore. Graney waits patiently for the first delivery, and here it comes. And it's a foul ball back behind third base. A couple of pedestrians walking down the lane got a little more than they bargained for there, but no harm done. 0-1 to Graney. The bases are loaded. Mustangs looking to break this thing open here in the top of the fifth. No score. And Lopez bounces one in, and Graney tells Greenwell to hold up at third, which he does. And count is 1-1. Now the wind picking up and blowing straight out to center field. And the 1-1 pitch is way outside. 2-1. Excuse me, 3-1. 2-1. Two-one pitch is lined into left center. The left fielder is over, but it's down. And Greenwell scores, and Erickson comes in to score. And a clutch hit by the sophomore Nick Graney lifted it into left center, and the left fielder Alex Molina just couldn't quite get there, and it drops in, and it's a 2 RBI single for Nick Graney. Kessler will stop at second, so runners at first and second, still just one out. The Mustangs are finally on the board here. They lead it 2-0, and now junior catcher Bo Rogers at the plate. Big Brother Gray, J.J. Pearce legend, in attendance today, cheering on Brother Bo, and he rips one down the third baseline. Foul. Got Coach Rumfield hopping there. Lopez working out of the stretch. Comes home to Rogers, and he reaches out and slaps one down the right field line. Just foul. That was foul by 12 to 18 inches there, maybe. It looked like it might drop, and it was going to be at least a third run for the Mustangs, but drops harmlessly foul, and Rogers climbs back into the saddle. 0-2 count to Rogers. And Lopez looks Kessler back to second. Oh, 2 delivery is a curveball swung on and missed. So 2 down for the Mustangs. Runners on first and second. That'll bring up senior third baseman Jordan Rosenblum. Rosenblum 2 for 2 on the day. Single both in the second and the fourth. He bats again here in the fifth inning with runners aboard. Lopez deals a swing and a foul tip at the plate, 0-1. Wind is picked up here in the fifth. fastball is fouled back behind the Molina dugout. 0-2. 2-0 now, Mustangs, as we play here in the top of the fifth. The 0-2 pitch is a curveball that bounces in, 1-2. Now a changeup gets by Emilio Martinez, and the runners will move up. So 2-2 to Rosenblum. Boy, a base hit would go a long way here for the Mustangs, already owners of a 2-0 lead. Base hit to the outfield could lead to a 4-0 lead, and now Lopez misses with a curveball outside, and the count is full. Payoff pitch is down, and Rosenblum is aboard for the third time today. And the bases are loaded again. That'll bring up senior second baseman Preston Vincent, who made a very nice defensive play earlier in the ball game, ranging way to his right, back behind the bag at second, firing a throw over to Graney at first, just in time to retire a Jaguar. Now he bats with the bases loaded, and it's fastball in, 1-0. Well, Fabian Lopez was cruising along until this inning, but he's run into all kinds of trouble. And now here's a pop fly headed out into the shallow right center, and it drops. Kessler is in, Graney is in, and a 2 RBI bloop single for Preston Vincent. It is now 4-0 Mustangs. So a nice job by Vincent, just pushing one into shallow right center. Boy, the right fielder, the center fielder, and the second baseman made a bid, but it dropped right in between them, and 4-0 now. Now a sharp ground ball through the left side by sophomore Jed Harrington. That'll bring Rosenblum home. And the Mustangs have opened up a 5-0 lead. Man, who predicted that? Just saying. So the Mustangs have batted around here in the fifth inning. Again, you might get these Mustangs for an inning or two or three, but it's tough to go 7 without them putting a hurting on you. And now a lazy liner out to deep short, and Zamarripa comes up with that one. So the fifth inning is finally over, but the Mustangs plate 5, and they lead it 5-0. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the bottom of the fifth. Welcome back. Mustang offense explodes for 5 innings in the top half of the inning, and they now lead 5-0. Senior Nick Watkins has gone all the way, and he's still on the mound here for the Mustangs. And a foul ball by right fielder Joseph Ayala. Rosenblum made a good attempt there, but couldn't quite come up with it, so it's 0-1 to the right fielder Joseph Ayala. Ayala hits in the 5 spot for the Jaguars. 0-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Good to see Nick Watkins back. Had a shoulder separation that had him sidelined for a while, but he looks very sharp today. He misses with a curveball there, 1-2. But he's been in control from the jump today. Just what the Mustangs needed. And a curveball misses high and wide, 2-2. Please tell me that I did not just jinx him. 2-2 delivery, fastball, strike on the outside corner. Ayala left his bat on his shoulder there, and it was a fine fastball by Watkins, and 1 down. Now the center fielder Elijah Bonner, wearing the number 12 on the back of his Houston Astro-looking jersey, except replace the yellow and orange with teal and black. First baseman Ruben Irocheta in the on-deck circle. 1-0 pitch to Bonner is chopped to second. Vincent lines it up, throws to Graney. Quickly 2 down. I believe that is 5 chances and 5 putouts by Vincent here in the 2 district games. And Watkins misses down with a fastball. 1-0. Pitch is chopped foul down the third baseline. So Vincent with a big 2 RBI single, and follows that up with a nice defensive play for the Mustangs. Good steady play out of the senior second baseman. Irocheta swings and misses at a Watkins fastball, 1-2. Unofficially, Watkins with 54 pitches coming into this inning. And just missed with a fastball. Bo Rogers was on his way back to the dugout, and rightly so. It sure looked like strike 3, but home plate umpire disagrees, and it is 2-2 to Irocheta. Swing and a foul back to the plate, back to the backstop. So right around 65 pitches for Nick Watkins, who looks very strong this afternoon. And a curveball just misses. The count is full, 3-2. Second baseman Matthew Leyva in the on-deck circle for the Jaguars. He had that big double earlier in the game. And now a high fly ball to left field. Arrington is back. Loses sight of it, and it's down. Clearly just lost that one in the sun. Tough chance for Arrington. That ball was working against him coming back from his right to his left. He lost sight of it in the sun. And that one drops. So it'll be a double for Irocheta. That'll bring up the second baseman, Matthew Leyva. Again, Leyva with a double in the third inning off of Watkins. So, and now Irocheta will get a pinch runner. And we do not have a full roster for the Molina Jaguars, so I'm not exactly sure the young man's name, but he comes in to run for the big first baseman. Watkins fires a fastball strike. 0-1. And swing and a miss at a fastball. 0-2. Watkins working quickly here. He means business. He has attacked Matthew Leyva here with two strong fastballs. And now it's a curveball that stays up and in, 1-2. So runner at second, 2 down. Mustangs with a 5-0 lead. All 5 of those coming in the top half of the inning. And now strike 3 looking, and Watkins gets the Mustangs out of the inning. So the Mustangs will maintain their 5-0 lead. We'll head to the 6th inning in just a moment. We head to the 6th inning. The Mustangs lead it 5-0 over Dallas Molina. Sophomore Burke Wahlberg will lead it off. 0 for 1, but has reached base twice, once via a walk and once by a hit by pitch. He'll lead it off here for Coach Rumfield's Mustangs. Big swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back, 0-2. Fabian Lopez still on the hill for Molina. He's gone the distance and looked very strong until a leadoff walk led to 5 Mustang runs in the top of the 5th. And he remains in the game to face Wahlberg here and misses just outside. Emilio Martinez tries to frame that one up, but the home plate umpire does not go for it. So it is 1-2 to Wahlberg. And he fouls one back behind the Mustang dugout. It'll remain 1-2. So the sun's sitting very low in the sky. Tough for the left fielders for sure, as we saw with Jet Arrington, who just couldn't quite come up with that high fly in the last inning. And it does look to be tough on the outfielders right now. Swing and a miss by Wahlberg. He's down on strikes. One down, and that'll bring up senior Wyatt Erickson. One down, nobody on. Lopez deals to Erickson, and he takes a fastball strike. And a curveball, and Erickson is out in front of that, 0-2. Matthew Leyva, the second baseman for Molina, playing almost all the way over to the bag. They figure Erickson to be a pull hitter. And a fastball is high over the head of Emilio Martinez. 1-2. Jaguars are straight away in the outfield for Erickson, although they are deep, particularly the left fielder. And the 1-2 pitch to Erickson is high with a curveball, 2-2. Wyatt 0 for 3 today, but a strong hitter for the Mustangs, and he is due. 2-2 pitch from Lopez, and it is down, so full count to Erickson. Kessler on deck for the Mustangs, and Graney in the hole. Payoff pitch is grounded out to short. Zamarripa comes up with it, a nice throw across the diamond, and now they say he's safe. Interesting, the throw definitely beat Erickson there, but I think the first baseman may have pulled his foot off the bag. And Henry Smith, the head coach for Molina, wants a word with the field umpire. I don't think there's any doubt that the ball beat Erickson there, but I think he may have ruled that Irochetta came off the bag there. So they say, indeed, he is safe. So I'm not sure how that one will be ruled, but Erickson is safe at first. So what looked to be a sure out for Molina isn't. The Mustangs have a base runner here with one out in the top of the sixth for designated hitter Ben Kessler. And Lopez is down with ball one. Again, Mustangs broke a scoreless tie by posting 5 runs in the top of the fifth. They're now in full control here at 5-0. Lopez bounces one in. 2-0. Lopez throws over, but Erickson back under the tag. 5-0 as we play here in the top of the sixth. Erickson can run, and Lopez apparently aware of that and has thrown over 2 times in a row, but Erickson, and he is off and running. The throw down to second, and Erickson is in safely. So stolen base for Wyatt Erickson. That's obviously why Lopez was concerned, and His fear was realized with Erickson swiping second. I believe that was a ball, and it's a 3-0 count to Kessler here. But he rifles one by Coach Rumfield. Try to get a count. Well, somehow I'm way off. I think the home plate umpire said 2-1 or 1-1. Something in 1. 3-1 to Kessler. And a deep fly ball down the line and left, but foul. So a long second strike for Kessler. And now the home plate umpire and the field umpire will confer. The count should be 3-2. We'll see if they... Yep. So the umpire eventually gets it right, so it's a full count to Kessler. Payoff pitch. Curveball grounded to third. That'll send Erickson back to second. Long throw across the diamond. And it pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Kessler is safe. So the first baseman came off the bag there, and Kessler was in safely, and head coach Henry Smith has seen enough. He'll change first baseman here. So back to action. Runners at first and second. Still just one out for Nick Graney, and he flies one to left. And this time, Alex Molina is up to the task. He hauls it in, and that'll be out number 2 for the Mustangs. Everybody has to hold, so for the first time today, Nick Graney is retired. Heck of a day for the young sophomore. And Bo Rogers comes to the plate for the Mustangs. 2 aboard. Big swing and a miss by Bo Rogers. Oh, 1 delivery from Lopez is a fastball just outside. 1-1. And now Lopez looks Erickson back at second, and nothing doing there as he didn't even throw it. And now he does throw it, and it's into center field. Erickson hops up. He's on his way to third, and he'll be in easily at third base. So a nice job by Erickson baiting Lopez into a poor throw there. And he'll take third on the E1, excuse me. Kessler remains at first base, so runners at the corners, 2 down. Bo Rogers at the plate. And a grounder out to second. Leyva on to first, and that'll retire the Mustangs here in the 6th inning. So they threaten but don't score. It remains 5-0. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back. We head to the home half of the sixth. The Mustangs in full control. Lead this one 5-0. Nick Watkins has gone the distance, and he starts the left fielder Alex Molina out with a fastball strike on the outside corner. And Watkins does work quickly. He misses with a curveball. 1-1. About 60 degrees and sunny here, but the sun is getting lower in the sky now. A foul back to the backstop. 1-2. Sun getting lower in the sky, and even the light breeze is chilly here in South Dallas. And a one-hopper back to Watkins, who tosses it over to Nick Graney, and quickly one down. That'll bring up Daniel Zamarripa, the shortstop and leadoff hitter here for Molina. And Watkins bounces one in for ball one. Watkins has been efficient today. He's well under the pitch count at the moment, or the pitch limit, I should say. Big swing and a miss from Zamarripa. 1-1. One pitch is hard ground ball to Rosenblum. Rosenblum, nice play to keep it in the infield, to be honest. Would think that would be ruled a base hit. That was a very sharp ground ball off the bat of Daniel Zamarripa. He Zamarripa'd it for a base hit. So 1 out, 1 on, and that will bring up the third baseman, Christian Sanchez. And he flies one out to right. And Hunter Greenwell is up to the task. Oh, it's now Zach Brickert in right field, I'm told. Thank you very much. And Brickert looked very comfortable hauling that one in. So 2 down for Watkins and the Mustangs. Runner remains at first base, and it's pitcher Fabian Lopez batting in the 3-hole for Henry Smith today. A curveball high from Watkins, 1-0. Foul back, 1-1. And a curveball grounded out to short. Erickson scoops it, throws, and it's high and over the head of Nick Graney. And Fabian Lopez is aboard. So Zamarripa advances to third. So runners at the corners with 2 out, and catcher Emilio Martinez at the plate. Sophomore Hunter Greenwell has been warming up in the Mustang bullpen. That might be why Zach Brickert takes over in right. Perhaps Greenwell will get a shot here shortly, but for the time being, Nick Watkins is on the hill, and he's gone the full distance. And it still has a shutout. And now a pop fly on the infield. Watkins himself calls everyone off and makes the catch down the first baseline, and that'll do it. So the shutout stays intact for Watkins and the Mustangs. They lead it 5-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We head to the 7th and final inning, we hope. 5-0 Mustangs. 60 degrees here on a Friday late afternoon. Feels like 30. And it'll be senior Jordan Rosenblum leading it off for the Mustangs. Jaguars have not had the answer for Mr. Rosenblum today. He's reached all 3 times, 2 for 2, and a walk and a run scored. He leads it off here in the top of the 7th, and Fabian Lopez still on the mound for Molina. It's 1-0 to Rosenblum. And he lines one down the line and left. That's going to be down. Molina cuts it off, and Rosenblum will hold it first with a long single. Boy, it's someone different every game for the Mustangs, and Rosenblum very productive today from the hot corner. And that brings up Preston Vincent, the senior second baseman. Big 2 RBI single earlier. He flies one down the line in right, and it drops, and it gets away momentarily from the right fielder. Now Rosenblum heads for third, and a nice throw gets Rosenblum out at third. So all that happened quickly. So Vincent with a lazy pop down the line in right, drops in, and Rosenblum hesitated and then took off, and Jaguars got him at third base. So 1 down, and Vincent will hold at first base with his second single of the game. So another multi-hit game for the senior second baseman. And that brings up sophomore Jet Arrington, the Mustang left fielder. And a dribbler out in front of the mound, and the throw is errant. And Arrington is around first and headed to second. Here comes Vincent, headed home, and there will be no throw. So Vincent comes all the way around to score from first base on what started out as seemingly harmless chopper in front of the mound. And now the home plate and field umpires will confer, and they will send Vincent back to third base. So an error there by Fabian Lopez. He throws the ball over the first baseman's head. Arrington advances to second. Vincent came on around to score, but the umpire says, nope, that's against the rules. Head back to third. So we've got runners at second and third with one out. And Zach Brickert at the plate. He's a junior. A wide receiver on Coach Collins' football team. Very productive junior year for Zach. And now he joins the baseball team, and a fine athlete. He steps in here against Fabian Lopez with two runners on. Looks at a fastball up. Pitch from Lopez is a strike on the inside corner. So 1-2 to Brickert. And now a balk called on Fabian Lopez, and Preston Vincent will trot home with the Mustangs' sixth run. So the Mustangs now lead it 6-0. Now the pitch from Lopez swung on and missed. So I mistakenly said it was 1-2 earlier. I was clearly incorrect. Either 1-2 or 2-2. Now Henry Smith coming out to see the home plate umpire. I think that might have been strike 3 there. I may have actually been right. They're going to talk about it. Henry Smith saying, did I miss something? Is 3 strikes not enough? Well, he fooled me too, and now there will be another conference between the field umpire and the home plate umpire, and they do indeed call Brickert out on strikes, which I do believe was correct. So Fabian Lopez retires the second Mustang of the inning, and 2 outs and a runner at third for Burke Wahlberg. Fastball misses outside. One 0 pitch is down 2-0. Wahlberg with a chance to make me look like a genius, as I predicted 7-0 earlier today. And now he fouls one off. 2-1. Two-one pitch to Wahlberg is fouled off again. 2-2. Shortstop Wyatt Erickson in the on-deck circle, hoping for another chance. 2-2 delivery to Wahlberg. Swung on and missed. So that'll do it for the top of the 7th. Mustangs plate 1, and they run their lead out to 6-0. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. We'll take a break and be right back. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Jaguars. Mustangs lead at 6-0. Senior hurler Nick Watkins still on the hill. He's gone the distance. Unofficially at 85 pitches on the day as he toes the rubber with a fastball strike to right fielder Joseph Ayala. Watkins deals, and right down Broadway again, 0-2. Watkins does work quickly, and despite the fact that nobody's on, he'll work from the stretch. And just misses down with a fastball. Ayala bats in the 5-hole for the Jaguars, and swing and a miss at a fastball. And there is one in the books. So Watkins getting stronger and stronger as we go along here. That was a nice fastball there. Blew it right by Ayala. Looking ahead, the Mustangs will take on arch rival Richardson next week. Tuesday night's game will be at Richardson. And Watkins misses outside with a fastball. Friday's game will be at home. The Mustang student section is sure to be back from spring break and in fine form. And now Watkins blows a fastball by Bonner, 1-1. Mustangs just 2 outs away from a sweep of Molina. Watkins just misses, 2-1. Big swing and a miss from Bonner. Again, Watkins looking strong here in the bottom of the 7th. Curveball. Strike 3, and Bonner knew it. He didn't offer any resistance there. It was the body language equivalent of a tip of the cap there to Nick Watkins, and Watkins gets him looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 9 strikeouts on the day for Watkins. Fine outing for him. Appears to be very healthy, and he deals curveball strike. Swung at and missed. 1 strike, not sure who the batter is, as we don't have a full roster for Molina, and this is someone who came into the game as a non-starter. And he swings and misses, so it's 1-2. Mustangs just 1 strike away from starting the district slate at 2-0. Fastball just fouled. Or he just got a piece of it, I should say. With This is the strongest, cleanest inning that Watkins has had thus far. He has been sharp. And the 1-2 pitch is a check swing. Oh, and the field umpire says he didn't go. Boy, that sure looked like he did, but we continue. 2-2 pitch from Watkins is high, 3-2. Second baseman Matthew Leyva in the on-deck circle, hoping that his teammate can keep this one alive. Watkins has other designs. Payoff pitch is lined to right, and it's over the head of Zach Brickard and under the fence, so it'll be a ground rule double. Brickard appeared to have that in his sights off the bat, but it just carried on him and got over his head and under the fence. And so we continue. Well struck ball there by John Doe. Big swing and a miss by Matthew Leyva there. On one. Curveball misses just up, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, and once again the Mustangs just one strike away from the victory circle here at Molina High School. Watkins deals, swung on and missed, and that will do it. So Watkins strikes out the side in the 7th to put an exclamation point on a 6-0 Mustang victory. They run their overall record to 12-4-1, district record to 2-0. That drops Molina to 0-2 in district and 3-8-1 overall. Again, Mustangs will square off with their arch rival Richardson High next week. Tuesday at Richardson, Friday at J.J. Pearce. But on behalf of engineer-producer Mason Trevino and Friday Night Glory, John Brewer signing off here from the campus of Molina High School. Final score, J.J. Pearce 6, Molina 0. Join us on Tuesday night from the campus of Richardson High School as the Mustangs look to go 3-0 in district. Good night, everybody.